quick show of hands. Who likes playing kind of a sport, pickleball, golf, basketball with all their friends? Great. Who likes doing things like, a fitness group or Pilates or yoga and all that kind of stuff? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Great. So what I'm going to go over is how you can form groups around people that you love, people that you have interests with, people that you have particular hobbies with. I have built my whole career now over forming these groups. If you're a real estate agent, you need to have at least one of these groups formed. I don't care if you're into AI, I don't care if you're into social media. At one point, you need to form these groups because these will be the easiest sales you make all year. Absolutely the easiest sales. Like I said, I'm Ryan Gillen. I run a team in Cincinnati, Dayton, and Columbus, Ohio. And a lot of my team members use this same format that we're gonna do. We're gonna go over how to form a group. We're gonna go how to get it started. And then we're gonna go over some mistakes that you'll make along the way when you form these groups. And I'm gonna ask one person to give me an example of a group that they wanna form, and we're gonna do it in real time, okay? These are the 3 groups that I currently have, okay? We have our Dayton Gems group, which is my local business group. It's a bunch of business owners in our local market, and we talk every other week about how to progress our business. We have about 12 members that come. It's completely free. And just from that group alone, I did 11 transactions last year for 6.3 million. And my gosh, that was the easiest transactions you would ever think about doing. They love me, they trust me, so it's super easy. My Buckeye State Investors Group, it's a open group for people that like to invest in real estate. And we talk on a weekly basis about investing and progressing their portfolios. And once again, I'm the mayor of that group, and so they really trust me, and I closed 18 transactions last year for 5.7. And once again, they trust me, they love me, so it's really, really easy to make these sales. My final group, which is the most fun group, is my NCR Country Club group, my golfing group. We do nothing but play golf and talk about business and have fun. There's 32 members there, but I started the text thread and became the mayor, and we see a lot of profit from being in a hobby with some of my best friends. So let's go over this. So how do we start? You gotta come up with a great idea. A great idea usually comes with your avatar. Think about the perfect person that you would like to sell to. Who's the perfect person that I would like to sell to? They're probably business minded. They probably like to invest in their life and maybe not in real estate. And they probably play golf. Guess what? All my groups that I've formed are going through my avatar. So think about the avatar that you like to sell to. And that's probably gonna lead you to the group that you would make. So first off, you wanna think about an idea, okay? What's your favorite hobby? What's a problem that you want solved, okay? What could you do that you could get people together and talk about, okay? So what life activity are you currently interested in? Okay, what life activity are you currently interested in? And then do others have the interest? If you have an interest that no one else has an interest in, it's gonna be a really small group. It's gonna be tough for you to get referrals, all right? What is the problem? Every one of these groups that I've formed have a problem. Some are bigger, some are smaller. My business group, we did not have enough people that could get together and talk about business, talk about our problems, talk about our struggles, talk about our significant other struggles, being married to an entrepreneur. And so everybody has different problems. My golf group is, we just wanted to play more golf together. So the problems can be bigger and smaller. It doesn't matter what it is, but there has to be some type of problem that you're gonna solve, because every week that you guys meet or hang out, you're gonna be trying to achieve that goal. So you need to find a passionate friend to join you. Okay, so if you have one other friend or a person that also likes this hobby, it's great to pair up with that person, share that passion, and it will easily grow if you find that one other partner. I found that people that try to do it by themselves organically, it's very, very difficult. Finding that one extra person that has that same passion and wants to solve that same problem, it will take off like wildfire. So then you're gonna form the group. When I say form the group, all you're gonna do is start a text thread, all right? Make a Facebook profile, figure out what that would be, and then you're going to name that group, name that thread, okay? Make sure that people understand that they're part of a community rather quickly, all right? And then you gotta decide, when will you meet? How will you meet? Okay, how often will you meet? It's very important. Our business group meets at 8:30 in the morning every other Wednesday. Okay, it's on the button. We start on time, we end on time. Everybody knows it's every other Wednesday. They get the schedule beforehand. Okay, our golf group plays on Thursday nights, and it's super simple. Okay, you need to make sure that they understand what's going to be coming next. Okay, and then you got to make sure you become the mayor of the group, because obviously this is about forming groups that get referrals, correct? You have to make sure that you become the mayor. You're not a participant in the group. You are the mayor of the group. So I'm the one that's running the text thread. I'm the one that's running the meetings. I'm the one that's holding the investment classes, okay? I'm the one that's setting up the golf trip to Bandon Dunes with all my friends, okay? I'm the one, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna relate it to, oh man, Ryan's got his stuff together when it comes to this group. I bet you he's got his stuff together when he sells real estate. I want to use them. That's how they're going to pull that together, okay? So who has, before we get into mistakes, who has an idea of a group that they would like to form? We'll get a couple questions or a couple people. All right, it's really bright, so it's hard to see. All right, which word is right there? Equestrian, perfect, okay. What was yours? Well, I can't hear you, what'd you say? Board games. Oh, actually, yeah, we had someone do that for board games. What about you? Business development group? Yeah, they're so great. Every idea, I guarantee you'd be as shocked at how many people in your area have that same interest. And it's truly amazing how many people, like in our business group, that there's a lot of people that want to come on at 8:30 on Wednesday, get out of bed, get their kids to school, and come talk business. I didn't think it would be that many, and then it ended up being a lot. So let's work with equestrian, okay? What was your name? Okay, Natasha? Okay, Natasha loves equestrian, okay? And what would be your problem with equestrian? Here, come up here. Yeah, you didn't know raising your hand was gonna make you come up here. Okay, so Natasha loves equestrian. What's your problem with equestrian?
I think that there's not enough people with similar interests. They're hard to find.
So it's hard to find people with similar interests in equestrian in your area, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just wanna hang out with more people that have your common interests.
Right.
Okay, so do you have another friend that you could form this group with? You have a person that loves equestrian. Okay, great, you're on your way, all right? So what would be the name of your group, and what would be the mission statement for your group? Essentially, it would be, let's get people together to talk about equestrian, go to events, maybe talk. Did you guys go to, are you in it right now?
Yeah, I do the first shift.
Okay, yeah, so you guys could talk about that. So how often would you want to meet?
Once a month.
Okay, once a month. So what would that meeting look like? So in my mind, the meeting would look like, hey, we meet once a month. We go over what is coming up for the next month on a kind of equestrian events, figure out how we could go to these events together and have fun and enjoy those times, right? That would be the thought process of it. So you're gonna start that thread, that group thread, you're gonna name it, and where's your location?
Canada.
Okay, you're in Canada, okay, great. So you're gonna say, Toronto, okay, Toronto Equestrian Club, okay? It's not gonna say, Toronto Equestrian Club, refer all your business to Natasha, okay? So you're not gonna try to push referrals too fast, okay? So you're gonna say, hey, we meet once a month, we talk about equestrian, we talk about how much we like to put into the sport, right? Okay, and the problem is that we don't get to be around enough equestrian people in our life. So it's super, super simple. But you're gonna start the thread because you're gonna become the mayor. You're not gonna talk about your real estate business, you're not gonna talk about referrals. We're just gonna talk about equestrian, and then once you're in that group, people are gonna love you and trust you, and then they're gonna start referring you business because they're like, wow, Natasha has her stuff together when it comes to equestrian. I guarantee she has her stuff together when it comes to real estate. Sorry for putting you on the spot and making you get out of your chair. Thank you, Natasha. Yeah. All right, mistakes, all right? You're gonna get your group going, and most of them will fail in like the first couple months, okay? There's no true mayor, okay? That is one of the biggest mistakes that you can make, is because this is your opportunity to be that mayor, okay? When we do our Dayton Gym's business development group, I'm the one that's moderating, okay? I take what I learned in MAPS coaching and I make sure that I'm the moderator for the day. Before I got up here on stage, about an hour ago, I sent a text to everybody, hey, this is when we're meeting at the same location, at this office at 8:30. We'll start on time, we'll end on time. We are gonna go over scheduling and what your 20% is. If you have any business problems that you've had over the last 2 weeks that you would like to bring to the group, please let us know, we'll discuss those first. I'm the authority in the group, okay? I'm the mayor, okay? So become the mayor of your group. Become the mayor of your group, all right? Your consistency is poor. What do people like? They like to know what's gonna happen next, okay? You need to be consistent with your schedule. Meetings are not scheduled in advance. So consistency and schedule goes hand in hand, hand in hand. I say every 2 weeks, I print out 2 months in advance where we're meeting, what time we're meeting, and so they can get it on their schedule. If you don't schedule things in advance and you try to text it out 2 days beforehand, everybody has plans, right? You guys have done stuff with client events and whatever it may be. You better send those invites out a month or two in advance to get on everybody's schedule. So make sure that you're consistent, and the moment that you don't feel like you want to do like an event this week or a meeting this week, the moment you lose consistency, you lose your group, okay? The moment you lose consistency, you lose your group. Continue to schedule well in advance, okay? If you do not have a common defined goal, you're going to have a problem, okay? Everybody needs to know the reason why we're in this group is because it's difficult to be around professionals in Dayton, Ohio, because there's just not a lot of them that are like small business owners, and that's why we're here. We're here to help each other out. We're here to refer business to each other. That's the goal. For our investment group, hey, our goal is to expand your portfolio. Nothing more, nothing less. We're gonna expand your portfolio and make you become financially free. That is the goal. The golf group, let's play more golf. That's about it. So members do not see the problem getting solved. If you don't have a visible goal and make sure everybody understands what that goal is, make sure that's the start of your meeting. We love equestrian. We're here because we want to be around people with the same common interests and find out more about this beautiful sport. That's why we're all here. Everybody agrees, yeah. Okay? So if they don't see the problem getting solved, you'll start to see people, they will start leaving the group or not showing up, or attendance will be coming low because they're saying, hey, why am I gonna spend my valuable time if the problem that we started out with is now not being defined and it's not the goal anymore, okay? Trying to get referrals too quickly. Referrals will come automatically. I promise you, if you become the mayor of this group and you continue to be the authority in the group and show how professional you are, you will get referrals from the group. If you try to push it too much, they'll kind of start taking a step back. So like in my business group, we always say referrals are implied, but I'll send a text out at the bottom. I just say, you know, from your favorite realtor, and that's all I literally do. I mean, it's that simple. They see throughout the process, you know, of my professionalism and everything. So to me, you will start getting referrals very, very, very quickly. Who does someone want to be in good graces with? They want to be in good graces with the mayor of the group, right? They're gonna be like, I need to get Ryan a referral because, you know, I kind of want him to be on my good side. I want to get referrals back from him, or, you know, have more conversations. So the mayor of the group will definitely get the most referrals. Just don't try to push them too quickly, okay? Unseen value. So I had a guy who joined our business group. He was building an app, and he was launching the app, and he explained it to me 4 or 5 times, and I never understood it. Never understood it. And no one in the group really understood what he was doing. And we were having trouble communicating with him during his process and having his problems. So he was not seeing the value, and he ended up leaving that group because it really wasn't worth his time. Now, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. But it was, at first I was like, well, I was a little bummed. I was like, man, this is a pretty cool guy. He's an entrepreneur, but he had no value. There was no value that we could give him there. We had no tips to give to him other than opening the app up and downloading it. So if he didn't see the value, they're gonna be gone immediately, okay? If you form an equestrian group and they don't know about events coming up, they're not learning more about equestrian, you're not putting cool things in front of them, and they don't see the value, it's like, well, I'm not seeing anything more right now than what I had before. they're gonna leave. They're not gonna stay in the group that much, all right? You're gonna be really excited about starting this group. You're probably thinking right now, hey, I could start a group about this, okay? I'm excited about it. You're texting a friend, hey, I can do it. You've got the start of the high, like right off the bat. You're like, man, we're so excited about it. We're gonna crush this. We're gonna get this group up to 100 people, okay? You're gonna get members rather quickly. I guarantee Natasha knows 10 people off the top of her head that would love to talk equestrian right now. Absolutely. So she's going to get people very, very quickly, all right? But if you're not providing value, you're not solving the problem that everybody wants, that high might fade, okay? And that will fade because you have poor consistency, you have poor scheduling, all these things up there. That value, that high will fade and your group will dwindle and it won't last but more than 4 or 5 months. All right, we have a couple of our groups that have lasted for absolute years because we stay consistent with it and we keep scheduling everything. We make sure that they know exactly what's going on. So when you get started, stay consistent with the goals and everything you put out, stay consistent with your value, okay? Is this where we're supposed to do questions and everything? All right. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys take this to heart. No matter what you do in your business, if it's AI lead generation, Google pay-per-clicks, if it's farming, whatever it may be, adding a group to your business should be the easiest sales you'll make all year.
Excuse me, can I have a question?
Yeah.
So you didn't talk about the size of the group. I understand your business group would be a little more intimacy, probably 15 to 20. And golf, it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
How about your investment group?
The investment group was about 100 people.
That's what I was facing. I want to start a mom-to-mom group. And majority is for first generation moms.
Yeah.
And I have some mentor moms already joined, and I have about 20 total right now. I am making mistake. That's the high of the start.
Yeah.
Fade too quickly. But I knew those concepts can grow really fast, but I wasn't sure what would be a good number to keep going for a little bit until we stabilized.
Yeah, I don't think there's a number that you're going to say, hey, I need to stop at this, but be selective who comes into your group, all right? Our Dayton Gyms group, it is by referral only, and they come, and until we feel comfortable, we do not add them to our group text until everybody feels comfortable with them, okay? So don't feel like you have to select anybody and everybody, but if you're not growing, you're shrinking. So continue to bring people through. Continue to bring people through, so yeah, absolutely. We've done groups with like mothers groups that all their kids play baseball, and they want to put a group together about where everybody's going to park, who's bringing the food, who's bringing the drinks, who's bringing the tents, hey, who's going to dinner afterwards and everything. And then, hey, all the moms want to have a happy hour after the weekend, long term it's done. And then she's the mayor of that group of all the moms. It can be that simple. One of our guys on our team is a Columbus Crew soccer fan. I told him, what's your problem? I like to watch away games with my friends. Okay, great. Set that up to where you go house to house and you watch away games with other season ticket holders. That can be a group as well. So it doesn't have to be some crazy thing, but I promise you, if these people love the hobby that you do, they are going to refer you business. My business was solely over just forming these groups last year in 2025.